Condo and Homeowner Association, it's hurricane season all over again. And this is what you need to know. First, I'm not a meteorologist, but NOAA has given us some predictions of what we can expect for 2021. They're expecting anywhere between 13 to 20 named storms. Of those 13 to 20 named storms, they're expecting 3 to 5 of those that are going to be category 3, 4, and 5 hurricanes. Their prediction rate is a 70%, so it's still a pretty high prediction rate in my opinion. Now, it only takes one hurricane to cause a catastrophe that neither your board members, managers, or residents want to experience. So what do? First is the obvious. By now, you should already have a plan formulated. If you don't, make sure that you get it going. What you need to have in your plan is who's going to be responsible to do what. Many times, board members believe that the manager has a sole responsibility of executing a hurricane plan. Unfortunately, that is not necessarily the case. A lot of team members must get involved in order to execute a hurricane plan properly. So depending on the size of your association, you'll either have the on-site team, if you have a large enough team, execute it with the assistance of the board and any committee members, or if your property doesn't have an on-site team, you're going to need to coordinate amongst the board as well as some residents. Also within that plan, you're going to want to make sure that you have the supplies that you're going to need for your particular community. So if your community has a generator, do you know who's going to be filling up the gas or the diesel? If your community has external generators for the management, who's going to be responsible for the gas? Who's going to be responsible for the supplies? And most importantly, don't forget the food that you're going to need to supply for your team members that are going to be executing that plan, both pre-hurricane as well as post-hurricanes. Team members are the number one priority because without the team, you won't be able to execute that plan. For those self-managed communities, if you don't have a plan in place, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to share our hurricane plan with you. One of the items that do get missed in the management plan is the form that you're going to communicate with your residents. So what does communication look like? As a board and a manager, what you should have are pre-templated emails that are going to be sent out to the residents prior to the hurricane. In these templated emails, you're going to want to advise them what are the steps that both the committee or board or management are going to take prior to the hurricane occurring. In that communication, you're going to want to let the residents know, are the elevators going to be shut down? Are the gates going to be left open or closed? What doors are going to be closed? Is the building a mandatory evacuation? If so, what are the steps that you're going to follow? The last piece of communication that gets left out is, what is it going to cost the residents if a hurricane did hit? So imagine your building is worth $30 million. Your insurance deductible is anywhere between a 3% to a 5%. At 3%, that means the association will need to come out of pocket $900,000. So the question is, does your association have that money either in reserves or in the operating account? In most cases, you don't. So I believe it's our responsibility as management to communicate this to the residents so that they're aware that if a hurricane does hit, there could be a special assessment that will follow. And here's something that most associations don't know. If your association doesn't have that money to cover the deductible, it's an opportunity for you to communicate to your residents, letting them know that they can purchase their own insurance policy, commonly known as an HO6 policy, where it'll assist them if you have to pass that special assessment. By communicating that simple fact, board members and managers alike will look like rock stars to their association residents. A plan is only as good as its execution. So both managers and the board or committee members should really be practicing this plan and going through it at least 2 to 3 times prior to any potential hurricane. This is going to allow you and your team to be all on the same page and also understand if there's anything that's missed in your plan that should be added into your plan. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us 2 thumbs up. Also, make sure to visit our website, managedbyaffinity.com. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.